welcome to sort of Chad's Beer Reviews. A very special episode today. We've got not only a Trappist beer, but an exclusive Trappist beer sent to me from a fan named Bart. Thank you, Bart, for the beer. All the way from Belgium. This is the Chimay Dorée, which is French for golden, even though the label is clearly black. What all the Trappist breweries, I believe they all make like an in-house monk-only sessionable beer, and if we look at the label here, it's only 4.8% ABV, which I guess they use it for personal consumption, like for lunch and dinner and things like that. And a lot of them, like they sell the bottles only at the monastery; they don't sell them commercially. So if we take a look at the label here, it's the left side looks to be in French, the right side looks to be in German or some kind of Scandinavian language. I'm not sure. I'm sure Peter can clarify on that. It says bottled in 2010, and it has the code of LA0645. I'm not sure what that means. I do like the bottle. If you take a close look at it, it has actually embossed in the glass Abbé de Scarabont, and the cap is just a plain black metal cap. That's weird. So for Chimay beer, I'm going to use the official Chimay chalice. I guess that's about it, so let's get drinking here. I'm not sure if this beer is bottle fermented. I mean, I'm assuming it is. It's interesting they call it Chimay Golden and have such a dark label. Oh, yep, it is bottle fermented. Just saw a ton of yeast in there. Well, look at that. That is extremely fizzy beer. Just like all these bubbles stuck to the side of the glass. Has a head kind of like soda. It's all soapy. I can actually hear it fizzing away like soda. As for the color, okay, yeah, it is kind of like a golden brown, like an amber. It's between the bubbles and the yeast sediment. It's extremely hazy, bordering on opaque, so, somewhat translucent. Aroma? Smells good. It smells like white grape, The West E Blonde smells a lot like this. It's like white grape, malt, just like kind of like a light, any kind of like light green fruit. Smells very refreshing. Let's see if it tastes as refreshing. Wow, it's like a very kind of sour, tart beer. I said the green apple, the white grape, kind of along those lines of like tart, kind of sour, like a white wine. Obviously, like this beer, as far as I know, it's not really meant to be aged, even though it's bottle fermented. They use it for their personal consumption, so I'm assuming they drink it fresh all the time. And you can just feel the sharpness across the tongue. Reminds me of some of the St. Bernardus beers. Very green apple. It's very, very close to a cider. I think you could like sprinkle some cinnamon in here and you wouldn't know the difference between a hard cider and Chimay Dorée. It's kind of a light-bodied beer though. Like, even though it's extremely effervescent as we saw, it's not dancing on my tongue, as I often use that cliche. Just kind of like a pressure kind of feeling on the tongue, combined with the sourness, so like it really lets you know that it's there. Finish is fairly clean. I can actually kind of feel the flavor fading away off the tongue as I'm swallowing it. Not much residual aftertaste here. Like it kind of, a taste very similar to like if you ate a Granny Smith apple, whatever aftertaste you'd have on that. Not as like mealy though. There's a kind of sweetness to it as well. Mostly I'm getting like kind of sour and tart. Like if you best comparison is just eating like real fresh white grapes or biting into a fresh, cold Granny Smith apple. Drinkability on this beer is it's kind of a mixed bag. It's actually difficult to describe because like the palate has that sharp, slight sour tart, fruitiness, but at the same time the actual mouthfeel is I don't want to say watery, but it's thin. You know, it's thinner than the other three Chimay beers. That's for sure. It's not as super effervescent. You know, like as far as the yeast sediment and all that things. But you know, like it is refreshing while it's in the mouth, and it, you know, it finishes fairly clean. Yeah, this is a good beer. I mean, it's not nearly as good as the other three Chimays, and obviously it's not meant to be. You know, it kind of makes it difficult to rate because it's like such a unique beer. I mean, I love trying beers like this that throw me for a loop. Like I don't know how to approach them, but that all being said and done, I'm gonna give the Chimay Dorée or the Chimay Black or whatever you want to call it. This is getting a 7 out of 10, which is a good beer. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.